And now, WJCL News, working for you.
Very scary, harrowing in every syllable of that word.
Boy, does that say a lot. Passengers safe and sound tonight after a harrowing experience on the water, but we can't say the same for the ship they were stranded on. Check out this video just into our newsroom, taken from the Coast Guard helicopter as crews were rescuing the more than 100 people stranded on board the casino boat Escapade as it sat stranded on a sandbar. Crews will try to retrieve the boat again in a couple of hours around 1 a.m. That's when the next high tide is expected. We're continuing to bring you new developments tonight on the Wild Escapade we've been covering all day. Good evening, I'm Kevin Holmes.
And I'm Jennifer Andrews. Well, as you can see from this video, inside the boat, more than 120 people were stuck in a casino boat off the Tybee coast more than 12 hours. According to the Coast Guard, 94 passengers and 31 crew members, well, they were all on the 174-foot-long vessel named the Escapade. It happened about 2 miles off the Tybee shore. Well, the vessel ran aground about midnight last night, and then attempts to tow it failed.
The boat is still stuck. Crews are actively working to recover it. Take a look at your screen. 7 crew members are still on the boat to monitor it until a salvage company reattempts to tow the boat. Just to give you a better idea of where the boat is exactly right now, the casino boat went aground in the vicinity of Calibogue Sound, South Carolina.
And we have team coverage of this wild escapade tonight. WJCL's Ashley Lincoln standing by at the marina where the passengers were reunited finally with their families today.
But we begin tonight with WJCL's Nick Notario, the only local reporter to bring you the passengers returning home live this afternoon. He has the latest.
For months, Tradewinds Casino prepared to hit the seas, and Tuesday was the big day for the maiden voyage. But when a 5-hour trip turned into nearly 24 hours, some wish they didn't rush to get on board. Dozens of extra passengers filled this U.S. Coast Guard ship Wednesday, many of them looking to land to see if their loved ones were there. They were on the guard boat after getting stranded on the maiden voyage of the Tradewinds Casino cruise ship for 17 hours.
It was an adventure of a lifetime.
It was hot and it was frustrating.
You get to lean like this to go to the bathroom.
U.S. Coast Guard officials say around midnight the ship hit a sandbar, a moment some of the passengers remember well.
But we felt a little jerk start going on in the back, like, you know, it kept shimmying.
I don't know, I was feeling the machine. I don't know about those. I really don't know. I didn't feel anything.
To get a closer look at the grounded vessel, WJCL took a boat out. Here you can see efforts to move the 3-story ship. At first, the goal was to get it free with high tide, but when that didn't work, the Coast Guard shifted to a rescue mission, which wasn't easy.
We would take the people who were a little bit more agile, and they would go from one boat to the other boat to the other boat, and then this way we could get more people off of the vessel at one shot.
The maiden voyage issue isn't the only setback for the casino group since moving to the Bull River location. They had hoped to set sail more than a month ago, but weren't able to do so. Nobody was hurt from Wednesday's incident, but you can see from these photos the Coast Guard had to use a helicopter to rescue 4 people who couldn't climb down. As for how this happened, the Coast Guard is investigating. But for stranded passengers, they couldn't wait to get back ashore.
I am ready to go home and take a long hot bath. It's been like 20 hours.
I'm good, hungry, Waffle House. Here we come.
No word on what this means for the Tradewinds Casino Cruise Line Group. There's no information on the company's website or social media pages talking about the accident. Reporting in the studio, Nick Notario, WJCL News, working for you.
Our team coverage continues tonight with WJCL's Ashley Lincoln at the Bull River Marina, where the boat took off more than 24 hours ago now.
It's hard to believe. She caught up with anxious family members waiting for their loved ones. She joins us now live at that marina. Ashley.
That's right, Kevin and Jennifer. This is the same marina those Coast Guard crews are trying to get the boat to. It'll arrive here sometime this night or tonight or early tomorrow morning. But earlier today at this same location, family and friends reunited with their loved ones who were stranded out on that boat. We talked to some passengers and they say once they got out there, they said they didn't realize that the odds were not going to work out in their favor when they realized they were stranded at sea.
After 24 hours of what some are calling a nightmare, Loved ones are excited to be reunited with family members who were stranded on this boat, the Escapade, for more than 15 hours.
Very scary, harrowing in every syllable of that word.
Veronica Snowden Hayward is one of many who were stranded at sea when the Escapade got stuck on a sandbar off the Tybee coast.
To get off of that boat, see all of that water out there, my Lord. There was a beach. The only dry land that I know of that water just left was the parting of the Red Sea, and we weren't there.
I only said about 1 o'clock, she said that it was stuck.
Hayward's daughter, Tara Sinclair, told us Tuesday night she's been in contact with her mother. She says a very scary situation, so she gathered the family and waited in the parking lot until she knew her mother would be safe.
And then she went through a fear factor moment. We had to jump from the ship to a rafter and then climb a laddered rope at 66.
They said they had a Jacob's ladder. I know the Jacob's ladder, but that wasn't one that I wanted to climb down.
So I'm not leaving until he gets here.
Stephanie Hallbright's fiance works as a DJ on the boat. She, like many families, communicated with him through text messages.
I got a text saying I'm stuck in the middle of the ocean, and which I thought he was joking.
All he wanted was one thing.
He wanted a hot meal and just to be home.
But one thing many passengers say they don't anticipate is stepping back onto a boat anytime soon.
Of course not.
And a lot of the passengers said that they have pets or little animals at home that went without food for about 24 hours. So once they got off the buses here, they rushed home to take care of those animals. But majority everybody are just happy to be back on dry land, and they're going to go home and have a comfortable night of sleep tonight, unlike what they had last night. But for now, reporting on Wilmington Island, Ashley Lincoln for WJCL News, working for you.
Thanks, Ashley. Well, we have been covering this ship since we learned that it was coming to the Coastal Empire. The Escapade Casino boat was set to make its maiden voyage about 3 weeks ago, but it was canceled. Well, the ship features dozens of slot machines, card tables, bars, restaurants, even a dance floor. Tradewinds Casino Cruise Line brought the boat in May. It was docked at the Bull River Dock on Wilmington Island. Well, Chatham County gave the company a day cruise permit earlier this year. And don't forget, gambling is illegal in Georgia. However, once that boat gets 3 miles offshore, gambling can begin. And check these out. We received some great pictures from passengers on board. They were sent to our newsroom to show the rescue efforts over the last couple of hours. Here you can see the cable that snapped while they were trying to recover the boat. And as you can see here, people are waiting in life jackets to be rescued. And here, passengers, they were stuck for hours, so they resorted to laying down and sleeping on tables. And our in-depth coverage of this wild escapade continues on WJCL.com. There you can watch and read all of today's coverage. We also have an exclusive photo gallery of pictures from passengers on board and a timeline of the events that happened from 7 o'clock last night until now. To see it all, just head to our website, WJCL.com.
We're on top of breaking news tonight out of Liberty County, where a man drove into a Kroger on Oglethorpe Highway. Take a look. This is video just into the newsroom of the scene at the grocery store. As you can see, there's a considerable amount of damage. A store employee said the man told him to evacuate the store and then drove his car in an aisle. He reportedly then backed out of the store. No injuries and no arrests as of yet. And more breaking news, an RV on fire forced a local road to close. This happened on I-95 southbound under the Quaco Road overpass. Crews are working on the scene. One lane up the highway is opened right now. Metro officers continue their search for an armed robber who shot a man near Forsyth Park.